Good morning everyone, and welcome to another YouTube video. Today I am sat in Boroughbridge on a dry run in our motorhome. We've been away in it a few times just to get used to it, and today I'm doing a wild camp. Now, in all honesty, this is a WildR camp because I am at a campsite at Boroughbridge called the Bluebell, which is just behind the Bluebell pub, which is handy for later. But I'm doing it where I'm only going to be using this caravan, the motorhome. I'm not going to be using any of the conveniences on the campsite. I'm not using the showers, I'm not using the toilets, I'm not using electric hookup, because we've not done that, and so we have no idea what condition the leisure battery's in, because we've always been on a hookup, we've always had showers, we've always had a toilet block. So here we are, Boroughbridge, not too far away from my home. If anything goes wrong I can bail, so if the leisure battery were to die at some stage this afternoon I can just pack up and go home. I do have my 600 watt power bank, the power station, with me, so if things get a bit hairy, 69% in it, says probably 400 watts in it, which will be fine in case I need anything over the night, charging the laptop, charging my phone, charging the GoPro. So here we go. First thing I noticed, I'm on my own. My good lady wife, Mrs. Bonkers, doesn't want to do WildR camping. So what's WildR camping? Well, I'm one of those people, I live life by the rules, I'm a good boy most of the time. And WildR camping to me is when you're allowed to park somewhere, but it may not have any facilities at all. A great example would be car park in Bamber. There's 5 motorhome spaces provided by the local council, you can pay to park there overnight. There are no facilities, so you're effectively wild camping, but doing it lawfully. WildR camping is what I call it. So this video will document the motorhome and my experiences of WildR camping. Let's dig in. Hello and welcome. I'm going to show you around the interior and the exterior of this motorhome. The motorhome is made by Rimor in Italy. It is then imported into the UK, this one being imported by M&C in Hull. I divide the motorhome up into primarily 4 areas. You have the cab area at the front. You have what we use as the dining area, the dinette area. You have the kitchen and washroom area, and at the back you have another living area. The important thing about this particular motorhome is it has 2 drop-down beds, one fore, one aft, and it has a make-up bed at the front in the dinette area. My wife and I, we do not use the make-up bed here at the front, so this basically stays as it is now, and then the back and the front beds are where we sleep. I don't think the beds are really big enough for 2 adults, but I'll let you be the judge. They say it's a 5-berth motorhome. I don't think it's a 5-berth motorhome. I think in a stretch it's 3. So we'll start our tour of the motorhome by looking at the cab. So this is your cab. It's a 2-litre automatic 170 brake horsepower model. We have added Apple CarPlay in the form of a Pioneer radio. There are seat covers on passenger and driver's seat. These are captain's chairs, so they will swing round. Leather steering wheel, long arm mirrors, Shaun the Sheep. That's all that can really be said about the cab. It's, as you can see, Ford Transit based. The vehicle itself is a chassis cab with a coach built rear on it, but we'll go through that in a sec. So there you have it folks, that is the cabin. So next we have what we use as the dining area. In the dining area we have a fold out extendable table that is movable along various axes. This is the bed that's the temporary makeup bed. You would slide this out, use the button on the floor down there. You'd use that button, you'd push this table down, and then there are extensions to go in here that are padded to make this up into another double bed. Again, it's a bit small for me. I don't think this is a particularly good size. You know, I think it's about 1.2 meters, 3/4 bed in UK standard. Not big enough for my wife and I to share. There are a couple of lockers, there's lighting. It's a nice window for when you're eating out. You have the view out the cab and a wonderful skylight. Now, with one hand, I'm going to try and show you the table. And there you have the full dining table. Most of the time, Dawn and I just use as it is there. This is my particular little space, really comfortable, great views. You have some storage at the top there. I just use it for knickknacks. I'm afraid I'm not going to be showing you too much detail of the storage itself, and I won't be going in lockers because this is our motorhome and we have stuff stored in there and I don't want you to see what a mess it is. So this is what we call the dining area, or the dinette. Let's move on now to the main centre section where all the fun and games happens. So the main area of the motorhome, first of all, you have the door. The door, unlike everything else, has separate fly screen and privacy screen, the door screen being on the side there. So in the section here we have a 3-burner hob. You've got your sink, good sized cupboard, 2 drawers. All of these have travel locks on them to ensure everything stays secure. You have 2 overhead cabin lockers. You have a microwave and a fridge with a lovely pull-out drawer for all those men out there. Perfect space for your beer, your wine, your spirits, everything. Just remember, don't do what I did. Remember to take the red wine out when you arrive at site so it warms up. Yes, chaps, I did leave a bottle of red wine in the fridge. So you have the bathroom. Here you have good mirror, sink, shower space with a nice curtain, your cassette toilet, little bit of storage again, bit more storage, and bizarrely the lights are kept underneath there, the light switches, but it does the job. It's really good, does everything you need it to. And then let's go to the last section. So here we are back at the back of the motorhome. What I forgot to tell you about in the middle section was that you do have a wardrobe, an oven, and another storage point. But here we are at the very back in what we use or call the living area. Lovely U-shaped accommodation, a couple of lockers on each side, plenty of space, light and airy, and plenty of space. So that really does conclude the tour of the inside of the caravan. Sorry, motorhome, keep calling it a caravan. Does conclude the tour of the motorhome, with one exception. I'm sure you want to see what it's like with the beds down. So I'm going to bring the beds down, show you what it's like. One of the complaints in the earlier models of this is the Rimor Evo 77 Plus, was that when you brought this bed down, that the ladders were here. Bang. That's now been resolved. They have shifted the ladders slightly off to the right, but what that means is when the bed is down, you cannot use the personal door the personnel door at the side of the caravan. Basically, once you're in, you're in. You need the loo. You are going to be using the loo in here if you're using this bed, or you need to have a system where you remove the ladders and the person sleeping there is aware that you have removed the ladders. And there we have the front bed down, where you can see it's a snug fit. That's it all the way down. You can see the door does open. The pillows currently aren't in there. Hi guys, well, we come to the outside of the motorhome. So, as you can see, it's a coach build on a chassis cab. So we'll wander around and I'll explain a few of the features, some of which have been added and some of which are standard. Here we have the LPG storage along with an LPG fill port. The LPG fill port means that we can go to petrol stations and fill with auto gas rather than having to exchange cylinders. It just makes it a little bit cheaper. It's about half the price to use LPG auto gas rather than a cylinder. We have vents for the fridge, a good sized garage. We added a bike rack to the back of it. We're yet to use it, but we added it. The garage is a through garage, so it goes all the way through. It's about 2.5 foot high. Heating. The heating on this has been upgraded. It is both gas and electric. So when we're at a site and we're hooked up, we only use electric heating. But on a site like this where I've opted to go for WildR camping, I'm currently going to be running off the gas, but it's not on at the moment. External shower port. So the previous owners had a pooch and they could clean their pooch. Toilet cassette access. Cold water fill. Leisure battery access. And we're back to the front for the cab. And there we have it, folks. That's our 2022 Rimor Evo 77 Plus. If you've liked this guide and the information I've provided, give me a like and a subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing and it just really helps with our channel. Thanks very much. Goodbye. Good evening and welcome to the sleeping area, the final part of my review. It's not exactly huge. As you can tell, there's not a huge amount of headroom. You can see my blanket that has been around since I was born, because it's quite nippy tonight. We're in September. So one problem we've had tonight, just me here, is the bed at the other end has stopped working. I don't know why, and it's too late to worry about it, but this is my pad. I sleep this end. I get the skylight, I get the storage, and I also get the smell of the loo next to me. There are lights you can press. I don't use those. They're a bit bright, they're straight above your head. The reading lights, but for reading lights, they really wanted to be in the wall. But this is a budget buy, so that's what you expect. So, anyway, folks, I've got some sausage, I've got some bacon, I've got some eggs, I've got some rolls. Tomorrow we're going to have a nice breakfast, and then this review will be over. I hope you've enjoyed it. For now, good night, sleep tight. Good morning everybody, that's the end of my wild camping adventure. Everything's worked by the bed at the back. That wouldn't come down last night. However, everything else I'm satisfied with. I have broken camp, checked all the windows were closed. I've emptied the chemical toilet because there's no point taking that home when there's facilities here. Well, I on a wild camp you would take it home. I've thrown away my rubbish because again you'd usually take that home, but why would you not use facilities that are based here? So that's me. I had a great night's sleep. I'm going to go off. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning on a beautiful Monday morning. I am just waiting for the screen in the front for the vapour to evaporate, and then I'm heading home. Bit of work to do on the van, fixing that rear bed and a bit of a tidy up so that we're ready to go away in a couple of weeks. It's still under warranty, so I'm probably going to return it and ask them to fix the bed. That's it guys, thank you very much for your company, have a great week, and I will see you all soon on our next adventure. Well, that's it chaps, we're away. One wild camp, one night, done and dusted. Just a short drive home. We're in a little place near Boroughbridge called Kirby Hill, and Kirby Hill is next to the A168. The A168 being the old A1, because I use as a relief road for the emergency services. But it's open to public day today. It covers all the old junctions of the A1 that were closed as part of the upgrade. For example, Bramham used to have a junction on the A1 when it was upgraded to the A1M. That was abolished. So we'll head up to the A168, join the 168, and then we will be home. It is a beautiful morning, 8 degrees Celsius.